Morton Insurance Services of New Canaan. Hey, it's great to have you with us. Thanks for tuning us in. It is Sportsline Trivia, and we're ready to go. Here, as we kick things off, Pirates sweeping the Rockies.
That's a pretty bad baseball team, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And we got the Dodgers, and then
They're not pretty bad. So
we go to Colorado.
Okay. Yeah, they have a big road trip coming up after this. After they play the Dodgers here for 3 games,
Frisco.
they will go to Colorado for 3. San Francisco for 3, and then Arizona for 4. The bad news is that it's going to be a 10-game road trip, but the good news is that 7 of the games are against stinky teams. So, you know.
All right, let me give you the prediction. How many games?
You get the, yeah, exactly.
Let me go 7-3, Mike.
Holy mackerel.
Is that, hey.
I'll take it.
I'll tell you what, though. Look at Milwaukee, how they have slid.
Falling straight down the standings.
And they've had some key injuries, right?
Not as many as the Reds have had and the Cardinals have had. The Cardinals, I heard Walt Jocketty said yesterday that that Votto and Phillips, their entire right side of their infield, he doesn't expect them back till early September.
Wow.
And, you know, that's a chunk out of your lineup, and you're expecting Jay Bruce and Todd Frazier to carry the load. It's going to be very difficult for the Reds, and this has been the thing that the Pirates have kind of had going for them here. They've had their injuries too, but at least their lineup's kind of been intact.
By the way, Mike and I have joined the newly formed PNC Ground Rules Committee. Oh. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight because we both feel the umps did make a mistake.
There was a mess up there, especially when you could tell between innings the guy was reading the ground rules on his little laminated sheet. He's like, oh, geez.
Anyway, let's take a look at rules and regulations on winning prizes here in the program. When you do call in, of course, we give you an opportunity, talk sports, and then if you wish, you can try for one of our trivia questions to win a prize. The Grand Salami and the Mystery Profile. It can only be won once in a calendar month, and it's one or the other, not both. Also, the time limits, you got 15 seconds rather, on the multiple choice. The Grand Salami is at 20 in the Mystery Profile, and we do have a new one tonight. It's called Clue by Clue. First-time callers will win more than one prize with a correct answer. What else is next, guys? Oh, yes.
Oh.
You'll find the answers to the trivia questions on my website, doubledribblebob.com. In fact, one of our Grand Salamis is from my radio show, which is on every Saturday morning. And it's a history and nostalgic sports show for 30 minutes on WAVL 910 on the AM dial, Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. So I hope you're going to be tuned in. We give you questions or point some things out on the show, and then we offer them for big prizes here on the TV portion of the program. We'll take our first break of the night, and when we come back, we'll be talking with one of the members of our studio audience. Last week, I think we had 3, and only, how many did go on last week? 2? 2 of the 3 went on. So anyway, back in a flash. Sportsline will continue in a moment.
Mogi's Irish Pub on Leechburg Road in Lower Borough has 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles for just $2 every Saturday with local bands and DJs on the patio. Stop at a Mogi's Irish Pub and enjoy a cold Bud Light. Here we go.
Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My first book on sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubledribblebob.com, where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Borough.
What is it that makes a Husqvarna dealer a Husqvarna dealer? Well, just look close at the engineering in our outdoor power equipment. We're known for high performance and reliability in everything we make. So is it any wonder your Husqvarna dealer is also known for high performance and reliability in everything they do? With a nationwide network of Husqvarna dealers, there's one just around the corner.
Rockefeller's in Freeport has 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles for just $3.25 during all World Cup soccer games. Stop by Rockefeller's in Freeport and enjoy a cold Bud Light. Here we go.
Make sure that you visit Tower Auto Sales if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle. Where you buy your vehicle is just as important as what you buy. Let the experienced sales staff help you. Tower Auto Sales in Blawnox. Give Mike Fanto a call at 412-828-6202 and just buy it. Indeed. Tower Auto Sales. We're ready to go, I guess, and I was looking for that. This is not the site, but I'm looking for that rule that the umpires went by, and as Mike had indicated when they came back from the commercial break, two umpires are together,
huddled,
and they're looking at this little thing about the ground rules at PNC Park. As far as I'm concerned, and the way the website that I had looked into previously had indicated, if a ball player picks up the ball directly and doesn't struggle with it, it's in play.
He just reached down and picked it up.
And then when he does pick it up, he throws it and he hits the railing. And you know what? I don't know that they would call that an error. Probably.
Well, they might have.
Well, let's say that this would have happened on a possible inside the park home run, and the guy picks it up and he throws, and there's an unseen object up there because he's not looking up. He's looking at home plate, and he fires. Mm-hmm. Anyway, interesting thought. But anyway, Paul, from our listening audiences here, Paul, glad to have you with us.
How's everyone this evening?
Yeah, we're doing good. Did you
well.
Did you watch the game?
I didn't see it.
Not at all. Well, did you see the replay?
No, I didn't
the play
see
that
it.
we're talking about. That
Paul was watching old videos of Mario Lemieux highlights.
Oh, good grief. The All-Star game, what kind of rating did it get this year?
Not as good as it's gotten in the past. Those keep going down.
Yeah, because I think it gets so stupid every year. I don't know what they have special, one-time uniforms or caps or whatever, and it's just.
And they're trying to make money. This is America.
Not American made.
It's just, I don't know. Getting old, I guess.
Okay. What, is the game is or you are?
No,
I'm
it's just,
older than you. It doesn't bother me.
I don't think that
I like the All-Star game.
I mean, it's like a one-time, all these new special uniforms, different colors, and it's just.
It's not different colors. They're the same
I mean, different, and it's just to me annoying.
Okay, well, fine.
In my opinion.
Fine.
back in the 60s.
And you are entitled, sir, to your.
So I went back to watching the '81 game in Cleveland. So it was
that's
more
fine.
enjoyable with Garagiola and Kubek.
Well, that would make it more enjoyable.
At one
right
time,
there.
and I think it was 3 consecutive years,
Right.
maybe only 2, where they decided one All-Star game a year wasn't enough,
Yeah, they played two.
Yeah, back
And
in the early 60s,
they
yeah.
played two
That was for the
All-Star
pension
games.
fund. That they would take
Which
the,
was a
a good
nice
idea. At least it was a
but
noble idea.
some of the
Right.
rules that they should bend when they do an All-Star game. First of all, I am against using the victor or who wins the game as the rule of thumb for who's going to be the home team. You want to get everybody in an on the.
It's an exhibition game
And
treated
it
as such.
should be
Right.
fun.
Exactly.
So, and I don't know
I
how.
think we can all agree on that one, huh?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And they says, oh, the players, they don't take it seriously. Well, the ones I've seen from like 77 to 85, those players did take the All-Star game.
And you can't legislate that either. It's
Right.
almost like that they wanted to, okay, we're going to attach some meaning to this game to try to make the players take it more seriously, but I don't think you can manufacture that. Because you can say, okay, this is for home field advantage in the World Series. How many of those guys, who's planning ahead for the World Series in July? I mean, you're sure you'd like to win the game, and you'd like to, and in case you make it, you'd like to have home field advantage. But even the best team can't honestly think, Oakland or the Angels or somebody, can't honestly think that, oh, that just got us home field in the World Series, when you got to get through 2 series before that to get there.
Yeah, for the All-Star game, this interleague play nonsense, it ruins the World Series and All-Star game for me.
It's ruined the All-Star game. True. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to say that, you're right. It's, I don't know that it's ruined it, but it sure has taken a lot of the shine.
I know,
off.
that's what I mean. I don't know, it's just my
It's
opinion.
different than it was that, you never saw them play against each other. And Steve Blass even mentioned this on the game the other night, and he's 100% right about this. He said he walked into the locker room at the All-Star game, and that's the first time he ever talked to a lot of those people, because there was no fraternization in those days where they were all hugging each other before the game during batting practice or whatever. He said he had to go introduce himself to Johnny Bench. I mean, that's
Right. Right, and I don't know, it's just, I think they could do away with interleague play.
There are enough pitchers on the All-Star team that you could give one of them an inning.
Yeah,
right?
but you go back to what Paul was talking about. Back in the, even back in the 80s or the 70s, the starting pitcher pitched 3 innings.
Yeah, Gaylord Perry did.
You were trying to win the game. And this is another point Blas made, Paul, to your point is that if you really want to make it an important game, that it's going to attach meaning and be that important, and then what they should do is they should pick an all-star team and they should go out there and play 9 innings and try to win the game.
Right.
They're trying to have it both ways, and I don't think it works. And I'll tell you what's really jumped the shark, and that's the home run derby.
I didn't even watch it
That's
because
completely useless. I barely even looked at it. I'd rather watch wrestling series, and I did for the most
What did
part.
you watch?
Wrestling.
Oh,
I can't do the home run derby. Well, and
Does Chris the Blimp Berman still do the home run?
back. Yeah, he hit it all the way to wherever, Hibbing,
Oh, okay.
But here was the thing that killed me, is that they asked Bud Selig at his little press conference the day of the All-Star game, do you think it's that the home run derby is too long, and that's the reason that the ratings are down so low? And you know what the answer was? And he was completely honest. Television wants a 3-hour show.
Well, there you
That's
are.
it. Television wants a 3-hour show, and you know why it can be 3 hours, Bob? Because they can sell it. Exactly. And if it
Right.
can be sold, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Right. And why did the British Open, how come it's only the Open now? I noticed that.
What's that?
The British Open, they only call it.
Oh, because
I heard that today, and I'm
we
like,
have to Europeanize everything. And they like it to be called the Open, and they just call it the Open, so we need to call it the Open. You know what it is? It's the British Open.
Right.
I hope somebody in Britain is watching this on the World Wide Web right now, and I'd like to tell them that your championship is the British Open, and that's what we call it here in America, because what we think here in America is really what matters. So
Well,
there.
as a matter of fact, if they're watching in England right now, what time of the day is
after
it?
11 p.m.
It's about 11:15.
It's about 11 at
Somebody
night?
could be, just rolling around with the internet,
Yeah.
checking around to see what it is. They
Yeah,
want
you
to put
never
Sportsline
know.
on,
They
and
fall
there you go.
right into our laps.
The British Open.
And one more thing I
Jim
heard.
McKay called it the British Open, and that's good enough for me.
I heard Rome talking about Germany won the World Cup and they damaged the trophy.
Did they really? I didn't.
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
what I heard, unless he was being sarcastic.
Kind of like
about it.
that, they dive into Mario's pool with it.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
So I just wonder if you heard of anything about it.
I didn't hear that.
You know,
Yeah.
I did a story a couple of weeks ago about the CFL Cup, about how,
The Grey Cup.
anyway, they had stolen it. And when they did, the guys that took the cup gave ransom demands.
Oh, my.
And the CFL said, Forget it. We'll make another one.
It's only a great
You know,
Yeah, we'll make another one. So, all right, I'll try.
Well, they did mention, before you go, they did mention Lord Stanley this weekend at the British Open because he was Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
Oh, I did
where
not
they
know
played. And how about this? You guys will love this. That Bubba Watson, who has now won the Masters twice and the two, couldn't name one Beatle.
wow.
He couldn't name one Beatle.
The one that, well, I might be able to name three. Lennon, McCartney, and Ringo, and I can never think of the
John,
other
Paul,
one.
George, and Ringo. George Harrison, frankly, is
Harrison.
That's the only three I would have.
George Harrison is the most underrated Beatle. George Harrison is my favorite.
Could care
Beatle.
less.
My mom will give me a shot for that one. She's a McCartney person.
All right.
All right, I'll try multiple choice. I think I'm eligible.
Up to you, Mike. We'll give
All
you the
right,
first
Paulie.
shot. Yeah, you are. You're in good shape.
Here we go. This is a Beatles question. No,
okay.
I'm just kidding.
Ed Sullivan's the answer.
What pitcher tied Sandy Koufax's record of 14 strikeouts in a perfect game, which is the major league record? Of course, Clayton Kershaw threw a 15 strikeout no-hitter with one base runner due to an error just a few weeks ago. This pitcher tied Sandy Koufax's mark of a 14 strikeout perfect game. Matt Cain, Kerry Wood, Roy Halladay, or Randy Johnson?
Kerry Wood.
It is not Kerry Wood. Think wrestling, Paul. Matt Cain.
There you go.
Yes, Matt Cain, 2 years ago, June, for the San Francisco Giants, a 14 strikeout perfect game.
Or Len Jacobs. Yes.
Paul. Hey, Paul, thank you.
All right, have a good
Thanks,
day.
Paulie.
All right.
Guys, in the control room, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back with a caller.
have a call lined up.
So again, our number 724-236-0430. Keep that in mind, and I would jot that number down somewhere because,
As
you know,
Uncle Dougie used to say, jot that down on your wrist in ink.
just like your tattoo. Back in a flash.
any of those.
Sportsline continues. Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. Their barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Freeport Road, New Kensington, across from Felderelli Square.
For over 38 years and 3 generations, Arnold Furniture has been the area's favorite furniture store. We have over 4 floors of living rooms, dining rooms, recliners, bedding, carpeting, and so much more.
You'll always find friendly personal service from one of the family.
And our prices consistently beat the competition, plus free local delivery and free setup guaranteed. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
All right, we are back. We're going to take Terry from New Kensington is with us, and he happens to live on that mount in New Kensington and can look down and peer into the valley to see what's going on.
You see that fog coming up on some of those warm mornings. Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Off the river.
Terry, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Hey, Mike, here's a trivia question for
Sure.
you. Name the first name of the 4 Beatles.
The first name, John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
Well, Ringo's not a name right away.
Well, but that's what he's called. I don't know what his name is.
Richard.
Richard, how about that?
Okay.
John, Paul,
now
George, and
you've
Richard.
got one
Who
more
knew?
to figure out that is still wrong.
Oh, it's still wrong? I have no idea.
Paul McCartney is James Paul McCartney.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. I just call him, well, his friends, we call him Sir Paul. But
Yeah, around the coffee table.
yeah.
Hey, sorry I'm running late tonight. I was hoping to get in and talk a little bit before Tony was on. I assume he's already been on tonight.
No, Tony hasn't been checked in yet. He's going to be late today, I think.
Oh, okay, good. Well, if you can, ask him a question for me. Dickerson, that the outfielder the Indians got from the Pirates. Tony was pretty concerned that the Indians got him for next to nothing. And I looked at Dickerson's career stats out on the internet, and they're really, except for his rookie year, they're just nothing there to speak of. And yet here he is, even though it's only 24 at bats, he's hitting 4-something. He hit a couple of home runs in the game against Detroit and won the game for the Indians. So my question for Tony, if you think to ask him, is what did he see in him that he liked, because the stats, except for the rookie year, didn't look so good, and Dickerson is doing good. So yeah. I'd be interested in hearing that.
He's been a journeyman, really, but I was a little disappointed.
What's he in, 6 teams already?
Yeah, something like that. He's been to Milwaukee, Cincinnati, the Yankees, just to name a few. But he's the type of guy that I think the Pirates could use on their bench. And if he's a good extra guy, he's not really a starter. And trust me, this will cool off like it always has.
Oh yeah.
But it's just one of those things where they felt it was okay basically just to give him away because they felt they were well stocked, and Michael Martinez is playing right field tonight. So I mean, it's stuff like that kind of irritates you a little bit. That's all.
Well, it always, when this kind of thing happens, it always makes me wonder if Team A owes Team B a favor.
Well, in this case, they owe the player a favor, and it goes back to when they sign these contracts. These guys sign these deals before spring training as a minor league contract and an invite to spring training, that they know that pretty much unless there's an injury, they're going back to the minors. But they have out clauses in their contract, and there's a date. Dickerson's was July the 15th. Mm-hmm. If he was not on the Pirates by July the 15th, then he would become a free agent. So with the Pirates figuring that they weren't going to bring him up to the majors, decided to trade him and get something for him, and and there are different dates with these. There are some of these guys that will have an out date on the 31st of March, so that they can go shopping after spring training's over and find maybe a major league job or a situation that might fit them better. And that happens all the time with guys that have been in the majors before, and that's what the story was here.
I don't. I watch a Pirate game here or there. I don't follow them that intensely. And looking at the team, I think their starting pitching may be starting to fall into place. So I'm thinking, what do they need? Well, to me, I think what they need is a first baseman that can hit 280 and maybe had a dozen home runs here over the rest of the season. But yet, TradeRumors.com has them hot in pursuit of San Diego's relief pitcher, Joaquin Benoit, or however you say his name.
That's correct.
And this is kind of surprising to me. They've got a decent closer. They've got an excellent setup guy. Supposedly they want Benoit as another setup guy. Yeah, he's going to be better maybe than Wilson or somebody, but is it worth chasing when they maybe should be chasing something else? Well,
and here's the other thing you have to look at. Of all the things you just mentioned, what costs the least?
Oh, yeah.
So we were talking about this yesterday watching the game. They're getting no production out of any of their corner positions. Out of left field, right field, third base, and first base, they're getting nothing right now. Nothing. And they're winning games on the back of Jordy Mercer and Neil Walker right now. That's obviously McCutchen. He's a given when I say these things. But that's what their offense is right now. They're getting nothing out of Alvarez. First base is a black hole. Left field, Marte, I don't know what his story is. He's been nothing but a disappointment since the minute he signed that contract. And frankly, since the first 16 games of Polanco, he's been worse than the guys that were out there before him. So, as I said, Michael Martinez is playing right field tonight. This will be his 5th career start in right field. So, they're getting nothing out of their corners, but what's the problem with that? Those are the guys that cost the most money. And I agree that they need bullpen help, though. I really do. I think they need to lengthen that bullpen. It's not been what it needs to be. And frankly, if they would have just an average major league bullpen, they'd have a 5-game lead right now. I mean, it's that simple. They've blown more saves than any team in the National League.
Yeah, going back to left field, I think the man has a lot of tools, but I really think he's not too bright. He just does so many things that you wonder why that happened.
I can't disagree with you, Terry. I really can't. I wish that, you see so much potential there and so much athletic ability, and he's just, he's Tabata with more athletic ability. That's what I see.
Yeah.
By the way, quick question on Marte regarding the beaning that he had. Would you have been in favor of taking him out immediately, or as the Pirates did, they let him in to run, and then sat him down the next 2 games?
Yeah, I remember Gene Alley getting beaned. Of course, the helmets are a world of difference today compared to then, but Gene Alley never performed at the plate like he did before he got hit. And I don't know what to expect here, but yeah, the way they handle everything today, you can't throw more than 100 pitches in a game because you might hurt yourself. I'm surprised they didn't yank him. I would have probably yanked him and had extensive tests run just in case.
Mike had an interesting thought on the way up. We were, chatting prior to the start of the program here tonight, and he had thought that it should be a major league rule. I think, if I'm quoting you correctly, there should be a major league rule that if a player is beamed, meaning hit in the head, he should be out of the game right away. The only problem with that, if it's early in the game, you could go after the other team's stars and get them out of the game right away. So there's the safety part of it to look at, and there's the other motive part to look at too.
Yeah, and that goes back to the warning rule, where somebody gets hit and then immediately a warning goes up, and the second team never gets to retaliate, and it ends up something worse is going to happen than what would have happened if they'd have left them alone.
Yeah, because usually they'll just take care of it. That happened in the Dodgers-Cardinals game last night. They actually didn't warn the first one, which didn't look like it was on purpose, but Kershaw took the very next pitch when he went out for the bottom of the inning and drilled Matt Holliday with it right in the backside, just to take the, then John Kruk got all over him saying it was completely unnecessary. But I'll tell you what, if I'm handling Ramirez, I thank Clayton Kershaw for doing that, because the Pirates have gotten so many guys hit here over the last 5 years that, if I'm the pitcher, I don't have time to determine whether it was on purpose or not. All I know is that my guy got hit, and it stops right there. And I give Kershaw all kind of credit for that. That he just,
I have no problem with him hitting him in the rear end or the thigh or something.
That's exactly where he hit
all.
They
They throw around the nose and the ear. That's what a concern is.
Exactly. And Ramirez got hit. The pitch was up. The pitch was up, and he had to get out of the way. And then he got hit later. I'd gone to bed. I missed the second time he got hit. He had to leave the game. I don't know if he's in the lineup tonight or not. I hadn't had a chance to see the Dodgers lineup, but but they've been getting knocked around pretty good, the Dodgers, and they got sick of it.
Terry, you about ready to go for trivia?
I'm sorry?
You about ready to go for trivia?
Oh, sure. Sure. I guess I'm multiple choice tonight. Is that right?
You've already gone to this month. So, all right, we're going to go in order, and we've got question number 6. Okay, here we go. Only 2 switch hitters with 5,000 at bats have hit 300 from both sides of the plate. Name the only living player.
Oh, sure. Pete Rose.
Let me give you the options.
Oh, okay, he's not even on the list.
All right, Tim. There's Tim Raines, Eddie Murray, Andrew Jones, and Chipper Jones.
I'll go with Eddie Murray.
You're incorrect.
Okay.
It's Chipper.
Larry.
I thought Chipper Jones was on the show My Three Sons, but that must be something else.
No, that wasn't. That was Tramp the Dog with Uncle Charlie. In the
there
case.
you go.
Yeah.
All right,
hey,
sir.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, Terry. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's go with the limo man. and see what's
How are
on
you,
his
Bob?
mind tonight. Hi.
Hello, Limo.
I see Matt Kemp is open for a trade, and his agent is Dave Stewart.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah?
I was unaware of that. I know that he's putting himself up for a deal. He wants to play center field. So the Dodgers have some issues. They have a lot of outfielders, and not exactly sure how they're going to work each one of them into the lineup each night. But that's interesting.
And Brad Mills was waived from the A's to the Blue Jays.
Yes, pitcher. Saw that.
And Rangers recalled opening day catcher J.P. Arancibia from AAA Round Rock.
I love J.P. Arancibia for one reason and one reason only. He's married to the lead singer from the band Perry, and good on him for that.
And Carlos Pena, they put him up for assignment.
He's striking out a bunch. He said, "What's going to go on with the Phils, Limo? They, I guess they're open for business finally."
Yes, but Chase Utley, the Pirates wanted him, but he wants to stay there.
Yeah, they're going to have problems PR-wise, I guess, if they got rid of him. But they have those pitchers that they can put out. I guess they want to hang on to Hamels, but they will trade Lee. Lee's going to pitch his first game tonight. I'd love to have Cliff Lee in Pittsburgh. He's going to pitch his first game tonight. And he'll probably get one or two more starts after that in the big leagues before the deadline on the 31st. Burnett, the Pirates supposedly scouted his start yesterday. So I guess there might still be some smoke there with that. And then they have other guys too. But the problem with it is they have these contracts that are really exorbitant deals, and a lot of teams aren't going to want to do that.
And they all got old fast.
And they all got old fast. They really did.
By the way, Philadelphia, let's see where they are. They're still dead last, but they were close with Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned you, Bob, on the Philly Network.
One of the biggest payrolls in Major League Ball. They're in the top 5.
More than likely, yeah.
And they have, they're in dead last in the Eastern Division. So, anyway.
I mentioned you on the Philly Network.
I got to be big in Philadelphia.
Exactly.
But my phone's never rung to say, "Hey, Bob."
Alex Rodriguez is being sued by his own lawyer, attorney David Cornwall, for $380,000.
That's back money owed from the from his defense here recently with the biogenesis thing. David Cornwell is also the attorney that took up Ben Roethlisberger's case when he was in difficulty with the folks down in Georgia, and he is a very prominent criminal defense attorney that gravitates himself toward ball players, and he likes to get paid. And the fact that A-Rod went through all his money, and I believe A-Rod is not drawing a paycheck this season while he's suspended, so that's an issue for him, I guess.
And Babe Ruth's 1918 contract was auctioned off for $1.02 million.
Whoa!
I wonder why it took so long.
That's more than he made.
Yeah, he never did.
No. Did you hear he made, I guess the one year he made more money than the president. They said, "Do you feel bad about that?" He goes, "I had a better year than him."
A better year.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the economy is the worst I've ever seen in my life.
What's that?
Economy.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. We're with you on that.
Yes.
And if you need gas, get it in Leechburg, $3.71 a gallon.
Yeah, we were just mentioning that it's
We're on the way in,
$3.71 exactly.
In fact, there are 2 gas stations that have it at $3. I believe they're both at $3.71.
Gas should be like $2.50.
Honey Bear and the for Sunoco and the one right down the street.
Gas should cost $2.50. That's what it should cost. There's no reason it doesn't. But that's
I don't understand it.
I don't either. That's me on my soapbox.
All right, Bruce, let's go to trivia.
I'm going to do multiple choice.
All right. Let's get yourself a winner here. Here we go. Name the major leaguer who played in 1,000 games with the Yankees and posted 1,000 hits. These are nice round numbers. The major leaguer who played 1,000 Yankee games and posted 1,000 hits. Bill Dickey, Joe Gordon, Tony Lazzeri, or Dave Winfield?
I'll say Bill Dickey.
It is not Bill Dickey. Joe Gordon is the answer. Great second baseman, played for the Yankees.
I remember him.
And also with the Cleveland Indians.
Yep. Well, no, thanks for the...
I'm going to mention you, Bob, on the Reds radio network.
Oh, boy, I'm big in Cincinnati, too.
Yes,
on 700, the big one, WLW. Look
got
for
it.
the yellow tags in Bob Tattern's Kroger store.
Hey, Bruce, thanks for the call.
Thanks, Limo.
All right, bye.
All right, Tony is coming up after we take a break. So we're going to do that first, and then Tony will be up. We'll chat a bit with Tony, and back in a flash.
Rockefeller's in Freeport has 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles for just $3.25 during all World Cup soccer games. Stop by Rockefeller's in Freeport and enjoy a cold Bud Light. Here we go.
This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go, Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
There once was a hungry road that wouldn't let drivers get very far. It wore out their tires, forcing them to buy new ones. Then along came the Michelin Man, who proved the right tire changes everything. With long-lasting tires in place, those drivers were back on the road to saving money. Drive longer with the Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile limited warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Tarentum and Freeport Road, Natrona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557.
Mogi's Irish Pub on Leechburg Road in Lower Borough has 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles for just $2 every Saturday with local bands and DJs on the patio. Stop at a Mogi's Irish Pub and enjoy a cold Bud Light. Here we go.
And by the way, folks, if you're thinking about calling for a pizza tonight, great idea. Place that call to Mattio's. Mattio's Pizza and Subs, and they're located Broadview Boulevard, Brackenridge Heights. Their hand-tossed pizzas are just fantastic. They've got gyro sandwiches. I love those. Subs and hoagies, calzones, strombolis, wingdings, and of course, lots more. And their signature sandwich, the Iron Man Hoagie. I forget how many pounds that thing weighs. But for me, it's a 2-day sandwich. All right? Mattio's, give them a call. All right, let's go to Tony. Tony, you're in the second half hour tonight. Welcome to the show. Do you feel like you went from the North Pole to the South Pole?
Yeah. What helmets are we talking about?
What helmets are those? The batting
You were
helmets?
comparing Gene Alley's with...
Yeah, the ones they have now.
Yeah, he said that the ones they had before was better. Yeah, I mean, not as good, right?
No.
Okay. Well, how about the ones I didn't have? You don't think I got this way?
you got hit in the head a few times, and
Well, you know what? A pitcher. Well, one thing, I was a catcher, and if you came into home, I wasn't very nice. Okay. Now, if you ever hit me with a pitch, when I'm going down to first, I point at him and says, "I'll meet you in my neighborhood sooner or later."
that's the way it worked in those days.
Yep, and that's all. You got even, and then that was it. You shook hands after the game, and that's it.
I'll tell you one that got me was the other. I don't know if it was yesterday afternoon or it might have been Saturday when the guy went sliding into second base and came up like with the elbow on Walker.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't understand that, but it was like, he acted like it was an accident.
Yeah, I played a lot of second base, and I told the guys I was watching the game with, I said, I don't know, he wouldn't have got too far because I would have been standing on his ankle.
Yeah, with the spikes and just giving him a little grind.
That's the one they were doing for the replay over and over again to see if he was out.
I would have been standing on his ankle. He wouldn't have gone anywhere.
That's for sure.
He did look out. It looked like he had the tag.
Yeah.
Before and yet they went the other way with it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those, that system is questionable. So, Of course, I don't know. They have, they look at it more angles than than we get. So that's, so maybe that's it. But
I heard Bobby Cox talking about it today, and he says that he wouldn't have liked it because he said he would have had to try to figure out a way to get out there to argue so he could get thrown out.
Yeah, you can't get thrown out on that anyhow.
Yeah,
you can get called maybe balls and strikes, or something like that.
Mike and I have been instructed.
By who?
To ask you a question.
Okay.
And this comes from Terry, who watches our show in the great city of New Kensington.
Ah, yes, the Twin Cities.
Neighboring city.
And he says, when Tony comes on, if he does tonight, ask him this question. What did you ever see in Dickerson that the Cleveland Indians, the Dickerson on the Indians team right now?
Where did I see it?
No. What did you see in him? What is so great that you're disappointed the Pirates gave up on him?
Well, he was one of the 4 rookies that made the All-Star game, number 1. Number 2, when my cousin from Ohio, you understand Ohio, okay? Browns, Cleveland, you understand that, all right? Calls me up and thanks me for the Pirates giving me that player. That's enough for anybody to get mad.
At least a wonder.
You have to understand, okay? So that's why, I never seen the guy play. I didn't even know about him. But then I start looking. Like I said, I went to my bin, which, recycle, and start taking out the papers and start looking, at the lineups for Cleveland. And he was, he was hitting. In fact, the day my cousin called me and thanked me, I looked in, he was 3 for 4 against the Yankees. The night before, which they were at the game, and 3 for 6, 1 for 2, whatever, And some games he didn't play, but he said he's hitting the heck out of the ball. Well, we don't need that here. We got Polanco, which ain't playing tonight.
No, Michael Martinez is playing right field.
Yeah, and we got guys like him, and and then I don't like Ike. So, we don't need a guy like that. And we got Gabby Hayes Sanchez, the crouching pork roast. We don't need guys like him. That's why I said that.
Yeah,
you know what? Every time I see a team, they have at least 1 to 2 pitchers on on the team that was with the Pirates.
We have, sure.
And we're looking for, pitching. We need a starter. We need a stopper. We need a lot of things. And you know what's amazing? How tough is this division we're in?
It's terrible.
Huh?
It's terrible. There aren't any good
it
teams
has to be for us to be where we're at with, after last year, okay? You had the miracle year, all right? Everybody had a career year. Pitching, hitting, great. And I warned everybody next year could turn around. But if they would have went out and got a couple players, that we definitely needed, we probably could have won this division.
Well,
but they sat on their hands and they're depending, on the garbage that we get from other teams to, come through.
And waiting for guys to wake up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say today, oh, what a great race. It's like everybody's garbage. There aren't any good teams in the National League. Name me one. There aren't any.
You know why? I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of this is because of injuries.
Sure.
It isn't that other teams don't have great players and good players. They do. But
right.
A lot of injuries. I don't understand all these injuries. I mean, a lot of them. For every team. Don't get me wrong.
Well, the Dodgers have 2 guys out tonight. I just looked at the lineup. Ramirez isn't playing, and neither is Puig, and they're both going to have more extensive X-rays on their. I think it's both wrists or hands with them, or whatever. They've been getting hit by pitches a lot, the Dodgers, and they're kind of feeling anxious right now.
About a week ago, one of the teams we played, a guy sprained his thumb going into third base. He's out for how long?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Was that the
catcher? That was Molina. Yeah, that's the big one. And Tony, you're right. I mean, you take the Molina injury with the Cardinals, and you take the whole right side of the Cincinnati infield out of there and all those guys are gone until September at the best.
How about Milwaukee?
And the Brewers, falling apart, losing 13 out of 16. It's right there for them if they wake up. I mean,
right. Like I said, now if all those teams are healthy, forget about it. You know what I mean? I mean, all these guys we talked that are missing it, if they were playing, then it would be really tough for the Pirates to be where they're at.
Well, you remember where they were when everybody was healthy on the other team.
That's
they
right.
were about 9 games out.
Yeah, they were heading home.
Yeah.
In a cellar. All right. Now you talked about. You said that if a guy gets hit in the head, he should be immediately taken out of the game.
I'm just saying that's something that maybe you should
go ahead.
consider.
That's all right. I mean, I think that's good. But I think if a player gets, I'm watching it now. They just hit him again in the head. It's they're showing him getting it in the head.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I would say if a guy gets hit in the head and he has to leave a game, and you put a replacement in for him, if that guy is cleared to come back in, I think he should be allowed to come in.
That's
we heard that today, and I don't disagree with that because
and the replacement can come back in again if he has to,
as a
for any
pinch hitter
reason.
or whatever.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. I don't have any problem with that.
Now these pitchers that all of a sudden are hitting guys like that, and who knows if it's on purpose? Well, I know that it didn't seem like that was on purpose.
No, not in that situation.
The guy was sick. I mean, you could tell he was. I think he was ready to chuck up.
I'll tell you what, Tony, and you can normally tell just by the guy's reaction after it happens. Those guys aren't that good actors.
No. Well, if he was, he has. He does have a job after baseball.
He does, yeah.
So,
he's
but
just pretty lousy.
that's it. I mean, so I think that would be fair.
I like that.
We're going to have to go to trivia.
And another thing that drives me up a tree is the guy steps into the box, the pitch is in the dirt, he's got to step out and readjust his gloves again. He didn't swing. Why would you have to readjust your gloves? That drives me crazy.
That's a nervous tick, Tony.
Josh Harrison taps the left shoe, taps the right shoe, swings, taps the left shoe, taps the right shoe, and then gets back in every single pitch.
Every pitch. He does the same. Well, and then Alvarez, he's got to take that practice swing.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was playing golf, it's a nice swing.
Pedro's doing that to try to remember where he is.
Guys, let me call time because we've got a break and two more callers on the phone.
Oh, okay. No, hey, I'm sorry. Let's go with the Grand Salami.
All right.
You're up.
Is it my turn?
Yes,
okay.
All right, it's ball there. Get
all
the
five
ball
available
on the
there,
needles.
Tom.
Let me have for number 2.
Number 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we did this one on the radio show not too many weeks ago.
Maybe.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Let's give it a shot. Here is Grand Salami question number 2, and you have 20 seconds to come up with the right answer.
Well, don't start the clock now. Wait till you give me the question.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay, here's the question. Of all members of the 3,000 Hit Club, which of those 26 players has the lowest career batting average?
Eddie Murray.
Boy, you went quick, and you are incorrect.
Oh. Huh.
The answer is Carl Yastrzemski.
Oh, I'll be darned. Carl
Yastrzemski.
Oh, yeah, he bat 310.
And the Notre Damer to boot.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
All right, hey, Tony,
guys,
thanks for the
care.
call.
We'll talk to you next week.
We'll do it.
We got you.
Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate the call.
All
Quick
right,
break.
Pilgrim. Bye-bye.
Folks, we're coming back. We have a couple more calls to get on. I think we're going to jump with Rich from Cheswick as soon as we get back. Stay with us. Since 1914, the local area has relied on the Resevich family of funeral homes in deepest times of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley, now 100 years strong and still doing things right. Its reputation and unquestionable service now continues with a 4th generation. The Resevich family of funeral homes, 5th Avenue Arnold, and Leechburg Road in Lower Borough.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
380 Auction and Discount Warehouse, Route 380, Murraysville.
Automotive supplies, groceries, housewares, pet supplies.
All at discount prices.
Sofas, dining tables, recliners, dressers and desks, lamps and end tables.
All at discount prices.
Yard and landscaping supplies, special catalog orders, mattresses with full warranties.
All at discount prices.
School supplies, tools, paint, toiletries, model cars, toys.
All at discount prices. Get to 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse today, Route 380, Murraysville.
Folks, when you visit Tower Auto Sales, remember you're getting 40 years of experience and all at the same location. Tower Auto Sales has been in Blawnox at that same location for 40 years. Allow Tower Auto Sales to help you in the selection of your next pre-owned vehicle. Just buy it at Tower Auto. Call Mike Fanto at 412-828-6202. Quickly, let's jump to Rich in Cheswick. And I got to tell both of you guys, we have a Rich and a Rich. You got 3 minutes, and I'm sorry to do this to you. Maybe 3.5. Go ahead.
Mike, Bob, how's it going? This is Rich from Freeport. So I haven't moved, still in Freeport.
Okay, this is Rich from Freeport. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hey, anyways, before I quickly run through this thing, I think, Clint Hurdle should come out and apologize to the fans. Apologize for beating all these bad teams. Apologize for the fact that the other team have injuries. That's not fair. They shouldn't have to go through all that. Because, baseball was so much better around here like 5 or 10 years ago. So I'd like to hear an apology. This is no fun watching a winning team. It just isn't fun anymore.
I was telling somebody the other day about that I said, boy, this is sure a lot better trying to figure out if we're good enough to make the playoffs or not, and not whether we're good enough to just lose less than 90. So,
exactly. I can't. I hear so many people complain. Like, this is great. This is so much better. Every game matters now. You're sitting there wondering how, are they going to win this series? Are they going to win this series? This is great stuff. I'm not complaining at all.
I don't think the average baseball fan goes down to PNC Park and says to himself, well, the talent isn't as great as it used to be when we had Stargell and, whatever. We've got some doggone good ball players out there.
We do.
And the conference may not be the strongest, but people don't think about that. They want to watch a game and hopefully, their home team's going to win.
I'd like to win I'd like to win one more game than everybody else in the division, and I don't care how many that is.
I don't care either.
Right? A few years ago, the Cardinals won the World Series and they won 83 games.
Right. It doesn't matter to me, and I don't care how many injuries anybody else has. That's not my problem. And I don't care if the division is weak or strong, or I don't give a crap. Keep winning and make it as far as you can. That's what I care about. But anyways, real quick, I'll hurry up because I know you got another guy on the line.
Like you said,
I was just watching MLB Network, and they're talking about Ryan Howard. Are you insane? But why would you trade for Ryan Howard? That makes absolutely zero sense. With the size of his contract, and he's not the Ryan Howard he was like 5 years ago. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, supposedly what the Phillies are going to look to do is, instead of trying to get prospects back, they're either going to try to A, unload the contract, or B, pay a lot of the contract, and then there would be prospects in return. But that, he gets paid, inordinate amounts of money until he turns 40. And I just don't see the Pirates doing anything like that, and it really doesn't even make any sense in that case especially.
Have you guys heard, and this will be the last topic, have you guys heard, and this is just things I've heard on listening to people and reading things and stuff, but I guess Jason Grilli really turned into something else on that baseball team. I don't think he was well liked, and from what I understand, he just kind of had a two-person persona. And I think even though Frieri's not very good, I think they were desperate just to get him out of here. It almost sounded like he was becoming a cancer in that clubhouse.
I heard this from a very good source. Something happened in that clubhouse where one or maybe a few of the other players had turned on him. Things got bad and they had to trade him.
Yeah.
Rich, we got to go to trivia.
Okay, give me the grand salami.
Okay, ticket number 2 is gone.
Let's go with 4.
4 it is. Here you go, Rich. Who is the only major leaguer to appear in a perfect game in a World Series and the regular season? The only major leaguer to appear in a perfect game in a World Series and the regular season.
So it had to be with the Yankees or the Dodgers.
Let's go Yogi Berra.
It's not. It is Junior Gilliam from the Dodgers. He, of course, was for the Dodgers against the Larson no-hitter, and he was on the Dodgers in 1965, I believe, when Sandy Koufax threw his perfect game against the Cubs.
Good question. Have a good night, guys.
All right, Rich.
All right,
thank
Rich.
you.
Okay, Rich in Cheswick. Rich, thanks for holding
Good
on.
evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Good. Hey, the Pirates, they have 24 more games left in their division.
Okay.
6 apiece with the Milwaukee, St. Louis, Cubs, and Cincinnati. So somebody was saying last week, I think, that they don't play anybody in their division anymore. So that's what they have.
24. Well, they've done so poorly in the first group of games they played against them. They're really going to have to make up some ground. They're going to have to beat those teams if they want to pass them or stay ahead of them if they get there.
I would love to get Philadelphia back in with us so that we
I'd like to get back in the National League East, frankly, but that's a different story altogether.
Hey, I was glad to see McHenry yesterday. He got a couple hits.
Yeah, first one was a homer.
I liked it too. I'm glad we won the game as it turned out because it kind of irritated me when it happened, but I really like that guy. And frankly, I don't know why he's not still here, but that's another story altogether.
I was surprised at my wife's reaction when the ball left the ballpark. She said, good.
Good. I thought the same thing. I really like that guy.
Yeah, he's still having a little problem, though, throwing to second base.
Yeah, and that's why he's gone. But I'll tell you what, how many guys does Stewart throw out? Not very many either. It's not as if they upgraded big time defensively back there.
So is Polanco having a rest type?
Yeah, he's out tonight, but they're pitching a really tough lefty. Hung Jin Ryu's pitching for the Dodgers, so they have things worked around. The Pedro's sitting, Polanco's sitting too. Michael Martinez is playing right field. Harrison's playing third base. So we'll see what happens. But Ryu can be very, very tough. It's going to be it's not going to be an easy task for them tonight. They're going to need Volquez to go out there and shut the door.
Well, they won't see Kershaw anymore, right?
No,
he pitched last night.
He pitched last night. Not the greatest game he's ever pitched. He gave up 3 runs, and they talked about how badly he pitched.
Yeah, well, they always said that he had trouble against St. Louis, though.
I miss that, Rich.
ESPN.
Yeah, it was on.
That was one of his worst teams to pitch against.
Yeah.
Okay, Rich, we got to go to trivia.
Steve Sachs, he had trouble throwing to from second base to first. That was back in for the Dodgers back probably 15, 20 years ago.
Well,
Steve Sachs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, that's what they have to do something about that. That's
Rich, we got to jump to trivia because we're fastly running out of time.
Okay, I'll go multiple choice.
All right, is it my turn?
It is.
Okay, number 8 for Rich here tonight, and the question: what major leaguer struck out the most times in one season? What major leaguer struck out the most times in one season? Was it Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, Mark Reynolds, or Reggie Jackson?
Was it Mark Reynolds?
You are correct.
Hey, you saved the night.
The only winner.
Saved the night. We were 0 for 5 going into that one.
Yeah. Okay, appreciate your call, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one, Rich.
Call earlier, everybody. Please call
please.
Please,
Anyway.
we'll spread you out. We can make that work.
Folks, thank you for catching the show. Go Bucks, and we'll catch you next time around.
Is George going to be here next week?
Same time.
Yes,
George will be with me next week. I'm Bob Tatter.
I'm Mike Ballard.
And good night.
Thank you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Borough in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.